Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we're old and stubborn.
Old and stubborn, what?
What? Old and stubborn.
Okay.
We're actually just old stubborn.
Oh, the bourbon.
That's right, the bourbon. So anyway, a friend of a friend, and because I don't know that Ed would consider me a friend yet. We've talked a few times. We've met a couple of times at different events and things like that. Acquaintances. Yes.
There we go. That's a good word.
He knows we do a podcast, so he's like, "Hey, I'll send you a bottle. You try it. Let me know what you think." And I believe this is batch 2, if I remember correctly, of his newest release, which is Old Stubborn Pot Still Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It is a premium hand marriage of 10, 11, and 12-year-old pot stilled straight bourbon from West Virginia. So we're going to try this, and it is bottled at Rising Tide Spirits in Stanford, Kentucky. Stanford, Kentucky. Who knew Stanford was in Kentucky? I thought it was in California.
Yeah, I did not. Definitely not.
Go figure. So,
I don't know.
Why is it whenever you say West Virginia, I think the first thing comes to my mind is Country Road.
Oh, that's a good pop.
let's pop this cork and try this bad boy and see what we got.
That was beautiful.
So, and what was your question here, Nick?
No, whenever I hear West Virginia, the first thing that pops in my head is Country
Take
Road.
me home, country road. John Denver, right?
Yes, John Denver.
Ah, damn. Yeah.
I belong.
You almost made a rookie mistake.
What?
You almost put the glass on the table.
I almost did. I literally almost did.
He did.
Well,
For as much as other people have been
so
shamed.
I can actually do it without making a bunch of noise, whereas most people cannot.
Not.
It's really just a process of when you learn how to do it. Like you literally just
Boring.
have to know. But yes, there are some Tim Denbys in the world, that will
Right.
do all kinds
Boom.
of crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
But yeah. But I managed. Nobody even heard a sound the first time I put it down there, nor did they hear it the second time I just put it down.
No.
I'm a professional.
How about we drink?
How about we drink?
I like that.
Did you nose it yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, then why are you talking about drinking it?
Because at this point,
Barbara's drunk. We have been pre-gaming quite a bit tonight,
we have
though.
been pre-gaming, but I am not drunk.
Brian brought over a bunch of stuff, and I brought over the Old Stubborn, and we've just been kind of just pouring stuff, drinking stuff, talking, BSing. I've been telling you stories about my drunken tomfoolery.
Oh, man. There's some
Please
decent
post the
ones.
pictures. Please post
So my
the pictures.
wife has already posted that picture. She it's almost like every once in a while she's just like wants to prove that like I do get drunk.
Whenever it comes back on memories on Facebook, right?
No, she'll post it at random times.
Oh,
Like, one
really?
time, one time she posted it was like in the middle of May, and she goes,
Did you piss her off?
"No, it was just like." Scott always says he never gets drunk. This is proof that he does, because I rarely do get like schmammered. Rarely.
I
Okay.
think I think she said he does remember getting drunk.
No.
I can hold my alcohol pretty well. That being said, I've been schmammered a few times in my life as an adult. I got schmammered plenty when I was young.
Hey, but beer schmammered is different than whiskey schmammered.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Like I'm gonna say probably the last time we actually did the
Schmammer Olympics?
No, the
Bourbon County.
the last time we did
County.
Bourbon Counties, I was getting close to getting a little tipsy. I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
we did, I think, 3 episodes.
We did 3 episodes. I
Yeah.
think 8 or 9, 10 beers
Yep.
like that one time. Yeah, so it was a lot all in one day. So
I want to play.
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. You're welcome
Next
to join
time
us this
around.
year. When do we do that? It's like
usually we do it in December.
December.
Yeah.
So it'll be
because
December of this year. We'll get schmammered on beer.
Because we'll pick them up whenever the releases happen. I usually pick them up during Black Friday.
Yeah.
Is whenever they're released.
Yep.
So usually I get up early, I go out and I line up and I go get the good ones.
And I just Venmo Nick and say, "Here's some
Here.
money. Like this is my portion to the cause. You bring them back. I'll drink them, and we'll talk about it."
I have people in Chicago that'll help with the Chicago-only releases.
Wow.
Oh, the proprietor. Oh, yes. If you have some connections for the proprietor, usually that's the only thing that's like distillery or the brewery release.
Can you say, yes, like a little bit deeper?
Oh,
And
yes.
slower?
Yeah, baby.
Wow. All right. So diving on this nose, this is a pot stilled bourbon, and it is doesn't say mash bill or anything.
No.
So who can tell everybody listening the difference between pot still and column still?
So I don't think most people would know the difference from the nose or taste, other than to me, pot stills typically have a little bit more of a funk or a little bit more of a adjacent bourbon flavor that always kind of just kind of just lays in there, right? Like it's a layer of flavor that a column still is just. It's so precise, right? It cuts, it does this, it does that.
Right. The pot still gives you a little bit more range and complexity of flavors. As Scott was saying, the column still, you can dial in to specifics, but it's stripping out a lot of those extras that might be there because it's going through multiple layers during that process.
There's definitely more craftsmanship to somebody that's using a pot still versus a column still.
And what I appreciate is each of your examples or explanations had a lot of hands moving around.
I know.
Yes,
We're
it's
Italian.
great for radio.
It was almost like spirit fingers. Oh, there they are.
I love spirit fingers. Did I ever tell you the story about the time? What? Oh, I'm turning into Barbara, ain't I?
What the hell?
I know, for real.
That one time in band camp.
So sort of. It was one time at cheer camp. So my wife, when she taught at Mercy Academy, and this was years and years and years ago, she was pregnant with our first kid. Actually, and they went
Congrats.
to national in Dallas. So this would have been a little over 21 years ago because my kid just turned 21 this past week. So anyway, long story short, we got volunteered to chaperone the trip in Dallas. So I literally had to spend 27 hours on a bus with 17 cheerleaders, which if you'd have told me when I was like 16 or 17 years old, like I'm going to be on a bus full of cheerleaders for 27 hours, I would have like, this
Hell
is the
yeah.
greatest weekend of my life. But
Beep, beep,
being
beep,
27
beep,
and they were all
beep.
16, 17 years old, I was like, this is a bad idea. So anyway, long story short, like they made me watch Bring It On, like
17,000 times.
I mean, literally.
Bring it on again.
No, just Bring It
Bring It
On.
On too.
Bring It
Bring It
On,
On.
I think it just came out at that
Yeah,
point. Like,
yeah.
so it was like pretty much just on
On
Repeat.
Yeah. So during that time, I learned the Big Red song. You know, I'm sexy, I'm cute, I'm popular to boot, I'm bitchin', great hair. So like I literally like all cheerleaders did. So I spent an entire 24 hours learning that shit. So anyway, long story short, back to Old Stubborn.
Yeah.
Did anybody else smell or do anything while I was talking? I mean, I
Yes,
was putting
yeah.
on a carnival here, you know.
I'm trying to get some flavors. You know, there seems like a predominant. It's not quite like an oaky wood, but it's like almost like a not quite cedar because cedar is very potent.
Yeah.
But there's some type of and I've heard the term before. Almost like I think it's called sandalwood. It's like a really soft.
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Wait, let me try one. Cherry wood? What's the drink? Is it cherry wood? Isn't that it's a root beer-ish drink? Because it very much, it's a sharp,
Yeah.
like way up the nose. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cherry wine.
Yes. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Cheer
Yes.
wine.
Yeah.
Che-
Again, the
Cheer-
guy from
yeah,
Chicago.
Cheer wine, right?
Cheer wine.
It's talking about
Yes.
the soda,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That is the nose for me. It's got a cola thing going on.
Okay.
And I love cola and Pepsi Max. If you want to sponsor us,
Yeah.
bring it.
It does have a cola-esque type smell to it, but I'll be honest with you, the more I go in on that, there's a really, really nice tobacco note.
I think it's like a bass note that's like coming in underneath everything else.
Yeah. It just kind of like holds everything up, like you said. It's kind of like it's the base of the pyramid, and then you kind of stack on top of it. There's like that cheer wine, cherry cokey, cola type smell. You've got that tobacco that's still holding up.
I was just thinking
I
that.
know.
The pyramid.
Yes.
Oh,
Bring it on.
Listen, dude, we're going straight cheerleader episode. Wait till I break out my spirit fingers again. But you got that, and then you've got a little bit of like what I would like. Nick was talking about. There's some wood notes. There's like that like cedar wood / sandalwood / that really really light oaky like smell to it. And then there's like where the baking spice comes in, and then you have that touch of like vanilla on the top,
Yep.
Yep.
like a sprinkle.
Just a touch.
That being said, have you tasted it
Not
yet?
tasted it yet. No, I'm still just diving in on the nose.
Okay.
Legs are a little nice. They're quite nice, and then
And that's something else that you will notice off of a pot still.
Yeah.
heavier legs.
Heavier legs, almost
more
always.
viscosity.
Yes, they're definitely more viscous.
For the listeners, it is almost a nice mahogany
Yeah,
color.
it's beautiful.
Has anybody gotten any funk on the nose? Or when I say funk, that's a compliment. Early 80s places have...
No, 100%. Yeah,
all right.
it actually reminds me of Retro Wild Turkey.
So when you nose it, further away and then move it in close. The funk comes out.
Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, yes, because I'm like, whoa,
Damn.
whoa, whoa. I'm like, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And
I
it-
gotcha.
Yes.
I just tried that.
Oh,
night,
yeah.
2 down. So I only got like a micro pour of 1.
Okay.
I think I prefer this over 1. Just immediately, just the initial taste, the flavor profile. There's just a nice little I kind of like the funk. It's got a little bit of like that wild turkey.
You can tell it lingers. I mean, I took not a big sip, but a nice sip, and it is still kind of lingering around.
It's got a beer-esque like mid palate too, like almost like it's been finished in beer.
And that finish, it
Yeah.
finishes fast,
Yeah,
and then it slowly kind of lingers
that's
off.
what she said.
They make pills for that. We are looking for sponsors, by the way.
We are absolutely always.
See, and I get it's a vanilla bomb for me right at the end.
Yeah, it's got some vanilla for sure. Do you finish faster than Jared? Then
Fudge.
poor guy ain't even here to defend himself.
Nope.
All right, all right. The guy
But,
from,
he'll listen to it in his car while he's driving.
He
He'll
will.
start yelling. Either that or we'll get a text on it.
Yeah.
Now, the first
really
pull that
like
I had,
this one.
the first pull that I had from it, I was amazed of how much the nose the nose matched the palate
Yeah,
on the first pull. Now it's changed
Yep.
after the second and third pulls.
Yep.
But that first initial one, I was like going, "Wow, that is extremely close to what the nose was."
I still feel like it's right in a line or adjacent. Like it's got a lot of the same stuff. I will say it's getting a little more floral the more I hit on it. You
Yes.
know, it's got a little bit more of the floral, but there's still that nice tobacco layer. It's got a little bit of the vanilla still. The floral starting to come through. There's a coat, like you were kind of touching your throat there. Like there's definitely a coat in the back of your throat.
Yep.
And I think that's where like a lot of that flavor is coming from, is like the finish.
Yes, I'll wholeheartedly agree on that.
like the first sip, I get all the proof. All 123.8 proof is there. That second sip, it cuts down a lot.
Wait, what is it again?
A 123.8 proof.
Yeah, I don't get any of that
Yeah, I don't get the proof.
at all.
Yeah, first, like it, the first, like that very first sip, that finish, it was hot and fast. You kind of like, is that donut or is that pizza reference?
I don't know.
Hot and fresh? No, that's hot and fresh.
Hot and fresh, not
Yeah,
hot and fast.
yeah, hot and fast is kind of like little.
I guess it could be Domino's. That's supposed to be hot and fast, but I don't know. Jimmy John's is freaky fast.
Right?
Freaky.
What was Dunkin' Donuts?
Got to make the donuts.
Yeah,
It's 5 a.m. Hey, Chicago reference.
That was but Dunkin' Donuts actually started in Boston.
They were everywhere in
I know,
Chicago.
but they started in Boston.
Oh my God. My mother's like, Brian, can you bring me a cup of black coffee?
Coffee.
Seriously, coffee?
Coffee.
And my dad, he's like, 2 sugars, I guess, and 1 cream. I'm like, just 1?
2 sugars, 1 cream. He just wanted to knock the stank off of it.
The nose is, I don't want to say improved. I'm digging it more now.
Okay.
Now that I got some on the palate and down the throat.
I like the nose to begin with, but I do think that you're right. There's some more sweetness and subtleness to it. The longer it kind of airs out and oxidizes in the glass.
I still think that the tobacco still becomes a little bit more prevalent as it kind of sits in there.
Yeah.
Is this one that somebody would enjoy with a cigar?
Maybe
I don't know.
it would have to
This
be.
is a fall to winter pour.
Yeah.
I would have to say it would have to be on the lighter side cigar because you don't want to overpower what is coming in this juice.
Yeah.
All right. And for those that, all right, so Nick, what is your background with cigars? Because as soon as I brought the cigar, you're like, let me go put that in my humidor. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, alrighty then. Like, what's your background? And it's both of you too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your all's background with the roll thick stuff?
I do.
I've dabbled for a
I
while.
do acids typically.
I do
Like a
acid
blondie.
too, but that was back in like 1993, and when the drum set jumped up off the fucking table and started chasing me, that was fucked up, man. It was harsh.
That was whenever you know you're done.
It wasn't the teddy bears.
Yeah, I was listening to Pearl Jam once, and the drum set just started picking up, and
All right. He was grateful.
Yeah.
Myself, I have always whenever I first really started getting into cigars, they were like the El Fuentes because that's to me like kind of the beginner, just breaking in. Every now and then I would have some Excaliburs.
Swisher Sweets.
Dude, a Swisher Sweet at 3 a.m. after White Castles. Bring it.
That's very very obscure, but I'll buy that. I'll buy 100.
Now, more recently, I've kind of migrated to just kind of grabbing some whatevers. No, that's just whatever cigars.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it like a whatchamacallit?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Pretty much.
The only other thing is that whenever I was introducing Barbara to the acid line of cigars, the blondies, I had just tried one of the acid, the Kudo.
Yeah. The
Kudos.
Kudo.
Are you making this up? Because like acid, it like my mind goes elsewhere.
No,
When I hear-
I'll show it to you.
Is it
Yeah.
like
Acid cigars, yeah. You've never
Yeah.
had an acid cigar? They're like really sweet and subtle.
but
Oh.
like is it like A period C period?
I period D
No, no,
period.
no.
No, it's just all together.
ACID.
Really?
Yeah.
ACID, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a bluish tinge like label
Absolutely.
and stuff.
Nope, clueless.
Yeah,
Oh my
really.
Lanta.
Yeah.
So she likes
That's another
the-
night, but we can
yeah.
we can do that.
We've been talking about doing a cigar
Yeah, we
podcast
have.
sometime. And we need to
100%.
do, now that it's almost summer, we need to probably plan one outside.
We do it
and-
outdoors, and I can set up a tent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
up a 10.
No,
Perfect.
we don't want you to pitch a tent, okay?
A little late.
All right, back to the bourbon. All right. God, this is supposed to be a fast episode.
You started it with the cheer can.
He's like,
Right.
he's like, all my tortilla chips are gone. I'm pissed.
My tortillas. Tortilla chips.
Now with almost having just a tiny bit left.
Shut up, Tina, you fat lard.
The sweetness. The sweetness is starting to hit a little bit. And
Yeah.
it's where the tobacco has kind of started to play a little bit more of a backseat, and a little bit more sweetness is kind of hitting there.
See, and I'm getting more of the tobacco now. But I also did put a couple of drops of water in. That may have had some berry.
The tobacco to me is much more prevalent,
still
which is
getting tobacco.
unusual because me and Barbara are not usually
No,
on
we
the
are not.
same palate land.
I mean, right now to me, this smells like just like an acid cigar.
No, it does absolutely, but that's that tobacco, right? But I've already added a drop to mine, so
so
I'm
have I.
a little bit more of the rye is popping with that water, but I'm really anxious to see what it's going to taste like with a drop.
I'm always afraid to add water when something is this prevalent.
You're right. Do they ever tell you what the mash bill was for it?
Nope. And the bottle doesn't have any. Whoa, that went straight floral.
But I still get
it's
all,
not bad.
I mean, I get tobacco on the nose
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I do get a lot of that floral on the palate, but
Yeah.
that nose is 100% tobacco for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is definitely a neat pour.
Oh, yeah,
Even though I
absolutely.
don't mind the heavy floral, but
Yeah.
You know what this is? This is fresh pulled tobacco. You know, where like it's
Oh, yeah.
still
Oh,
a
yeah,
little bit
yeah.
of green
Yeah.
in
Yep.
it
a little greenness to
I
it.
can see
before
that.
before it dries out, because you got that little bit of floral in it, but you still have a base of that tobacco kind of sitting around.
Yeah, absolutely. I can get behind that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, floral's popping with that water.
So you say floral, I go little scotchy.
I don't get scotch at all.
No,
I really don't.
Maybe a smoky scotch.
Yeah,
There's
maybe-
definitely no peat in this
No,
at all.
hell
Oh
no.
no! Yeah, I would have went.
No.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's peatless.
I could see almost what you're talking about. Like there's a little bit of a smoky
Okay.
undertone with a little bit of
Yeah.
the water.
And maybe that's where I'm getting the tobacco. Maybe I am getting that kind of more of a scotch without realizing that's what I'm
It's
getting.
a possibility. Like I said, it's just one of those things. Mm-hmm. To me, it's definitely a neat pour, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely, 100%.
absolutely.
Neat as in no water,
Correct.
but also
Neat.
neat as in yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
double neat. Excellent job, Ed.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
solid little
This is
little
a
thing
great,
here.
great pour.
Good job.
Yep, I definitely think it's a winter pour, though. This is
Yeah.
something I don't necessarily would want to sit in the summer and try to sip on too long.
Correct.
I think it's awesome. He's able to step away from the retail space
Yeah.
and get into chasing his passion.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
He did some bomb diggity blends.
Oh, dude, and not to mention fantastic barrel picks.
I've been on 2 with him.
Yeah.
He won't remember me.
Yeah.
He did not have to drive me home.
There you go. Not he didn't Chad you. Who knows about Chad? I know Chad went on a few with him. All right. That being said, I think the air must have kicked off or something. I didn't realize it was on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm like,
Yeah. I guess I didn't really notice that it was actually on.
That's
So,
okay.
So yeah, I think that's it. So we're not putting it up against anything.
No.
So we got to throw a number on it.
Alrighty.
1 to 10. Where are you sitting?
7.
So just straight up 7.
Boom. Yep.
Now come on now.
Yeah. 7.
We've drank some stuff in the past.
Absolutely.
Rookie score.
That is a rookie score.
I'm going to say 8-1.
It's a stronger number. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I was going to say between like 7-9 and 8-2. I'm like a 0.3 swing there.
Yeah.
And the main reason why is like I just think that it's got some complexity. It's got some niceness to it. I do like the sweetness and the tobacco.
Oh, yeah.
The floral note, like on the mid palate, even whether it's neat or with a drop or two, is the only thing that it's not that I dislike it. It's just that's the only thing that I find that's like a little bit off. That I think that if there's a way to blend it out, that would be nice.
No, I can see that.
Okay.
What I love about whiskey, different people get different things on it. Like
Absolutely.
I got no floral whatsoever.
Even with the water.
No, yeah, no. I mean, it like tobacco.
Yeah.
I mean, like somebody who's
Yeah.
trying to like give up tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh my! Like this is way better than the patch.
Yeah.
You know, this is, and for the record, this is not a comparison to a patch, but this is.
I mean, it's all tobacco. I agree
Yes.
with you completely.
Yeah.
No, it's a ton of tobacco, but I got the floral notes were just super heavy. I thought on the especially in the mid palate.
Yeah.
All right, it's
with
been
a
a
couple
little
of
while,
drops.
but to each their own.
No, 100%.
I haven't said it.
I was surprised you were so low though, Barbara. I really. I mean,
Yeah.
and did you give it an actual score? I mean, you
Yeah.
just kept talking about it.
Yeah,
Brian,
no,
but
he
you said
never gave it.
7-1,
I did
but
7.
Yeah.
No, I did 7 straight.
Yeah. So you did so, and I'm thinking back a couple of weeks, like we did the malt. I think you gave like the malt whiskey like a 7.5.
Yeah,
Huh?
I know.
Go figure.
I like to kind of
right,
lowball
Brian.
things because
One
I
thing.
anticipate something knocking the fuck off my socks.
Gotcha. All right.
Like your marriage. And how many years is it now?
20.
20.
Oh,
Absolutely.
hey, I'm 7'9".
7-9
For
Yeah,
me,
see right there with
okay.
me.
For me, incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Every time you take a sip, you get something else out of
A
it.
little different. Yeah.
Yeah. And nothing's disappointed.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Solid pour. Good job, Ed. That's Old Stubborn Whiskey, batch 2. It came in at 123.8 proof, and it is a blend of 10, 11, and 12-year-old pot-stilled straight bourbons from West Virginia. If you want to find Bourbon Barrel Talk, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you send us any questions to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com or send them to us in Messenger on either Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you hit the subscribe button whether you're listening to podcast on what? Spotify?
Spotify,
iTunes?
iTunes, Apple.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just hit the subscribe button. You get that episode when it hits. Ding the bell. Yeah, I like that. I think she kind of clicked the bell, but
did.
ding it.
It wasn't quite a mouse.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So, but anyway, you do that, and you'll get it on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. when we drop. This is Scott, the Brox, and Brian signing off. Peace.
Prost.
Peace out.